It is a very soggy day today here at the Walt Disney World Resort, but you know what? That's not going to stop us. We're here at Hollywood Studios today because there's some new merchandise that made its way into some of the shops. I saw something about new Fantasmic merch, and I want to go try and find that, check it out. Also, new Rock and Roller Coaster merch, which we have to take a look at as well. So that's how we're going to start our day. Hopefully, we don't completely melt before lunch, but no promises. No promises. Anyway, let's get going. We are here early today. It's about 12 minutes before park open. But, you know, I wanted to do some shopping, hopefully get that done before it gets too crowded at the parks. And, you know, I like rope drop, especially during the summer months. You know, some people say, why rope drop when being here in the evening is just a better choice overall? And I did just see something somewhere, it was a short or something, someone said, what's the point of rope dropping if you're still waiting in line to get into the park? Beating the heat is the point, especially during the summertime. So it looks like we have some new ears here that I definitely want to take a look at. First and foremost, these Sleeping Beauty ears that are both blue and pink. I love that. And then we have these Moana ears. I haven't seen these before, but they might not be like super new. These are new though. The Monsters Inc. ears. Aren't they cute? I like that we have Boo, Sully, and Mike on these ears. These are new too, these white Mickey ears. They have black ones as well. And I think that they're cute because they're subtle, but you can also get them autographed, which I think it's a fun souvenir. That's kind of customizable. We've seen that Stitch bag before, I think. All right, let's see what else we can find. Well, it is Summerween. Isn't that what the kids are calling it now? And that means we have Halloween merch and fall merch making its way into the parks. We've got a crew neck sweatshirt right here. It feels nice on the outside, but again, this is really, really thin. I don't know. I still have mixed feelings about this. Russ bought one from the outlets, but he hasn't worn it all that much. This one's $49.99, which I feel like is a better price than when we saw these last. Weren't they like 60 something? Got some Hollywood Studios merch over here, Disney villains, and of course, some more Halloween t-shirts are making their way out. This one's really cute. What do you guys think about that? These are new as well. We scare because we care. I feel like we're gonna see a lot more Monsters Inc. stuff with the Monsters Inc. expansion or re-theme of Grand Avenue. This one's cute. That feels retro to me. Then of course we have the Gertie t-shirt. Gotta love it. Of course, because it is still July, we have some 4th of July patriotic merch still floating around. I love this mug. That mug is $16.99, which feels less than we normally see mugs going for here at Walt Disney World. This one is also $16.99. I feel like mugs are usually closer to $20. Are we seeing a price shift? So I don't see any Fantasmic merch in here. I don't know that I expected to. Oh, hold on. I see something that we need to take a closer look at. I haven't seen this in person yet. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize it was a shoulder plush. That is so cute. The Haunted Mansion Gargoyle shoulder plush. No price on it, as you can see. I don't know how much these normally go for. Oh, $24.99. That's what it says down there. So, oh, $29.99. Maybe this guy's $29.99? It's always very confusing, you know, the way that they like put prices on things here at Walt Disney World. One of you actually brought that up when we were having our discussion about like things that Disney could do to bring in more money, kind of make it easier for people to make purchases. You mentioned like the color coding, and yeah, I can't stand the color coding. And I really don't like the, you know, leaving the price off either. I feel like maybe they think you're gonna buy it regardless, but for a lot of people, myself included, I'm more likely to put it down and then totally forget about it. So we're gonna breeze right through here. I don't think we're gonna find Fantasmic stuff in here, but I do wanna take a quick look. Normally, this is where we find our like Star Wars stuff, but obviously they have changed it up quite a bit because there's not even Star Wars stuff over there. But take a look, we got some pins over here. These are for the 25th anniversary of pin trading. Can you believe it's been 25 years? I remember when pin trading first started and how exciting it was because I would collect pins from every attraction that I had gone on, and then I would wear them on my lanyard all vacation long. So by the end of my vacation, especially for my favorite attractions, I'd have this like collection of pins that were like representations of everything I'd done. I really like pin trading. Well, pin collecting. I'm really not into trading. That's Russ's thing. He likes to trade pins, which, you know, is fun. And I do participate every once in a while, but I'm more into collecting. And collecting for my own reasons, not for, like, I don't know, the sake of collecting, you know? Anyway, let's take a look at what's in here. Oh, check this out. That's a cute t-shirt. These are new too, but we haven't, well, they're new-ish. We haven't taken a look at them here on the channel, but they've been around for a minute. These are popcorn buckets. I actually have this popcorn bucket at home. I think it's cute and I like that it like glows and it's special, but $29.99 is the price of a popcorn bucket. Actually, I think some popcorn buckets are less than that, so I don't know. I've got mixed feelings on that, unless you're tight on space and you don't want like full-size popcorn buckets. Also, check out this hat that matches the shirt. That's pretty cute. All right, let's see what else we've got. I love this backpack. This one's been around for a minute and I don't have it because, as most of you know, I definitely don't need another backpack. But like, look how cute. It's adorable and it's $39.99. Not really a great price, but not a bad price either, you know. We are at Disney World. I know not a lot of people focus on toys and stuff when they're here doing like shopping videos, but look at this. I had a toy very similar to this. Oh my goodness. Awesome. How much is this? I have to say, I have no need for this. $34.99. That is so cool. Let me turn this. And that little till opens. That is so cool. I love it. Look at the whole collection. Of course, they have this one here as well. How much is this? This one is $24.99. And then there's the little pull toy. That is so cute. Let's see how much this one is. $14.99. I have absolutely no need for any of this, but I do kind of want all of it. So my best guess is that we might find some Fantasmic stuff over here, but I want to make my way all the way down to Rock and Roller Coaster first, and then we'll hit these shops on the way back. All right, so unfortunately, Rock and Roller Coaster is closed currently for whatever reason, but the shop is open, so let's go check out that new merch. Nice and cool in here. And it's probably going to be pretty empty. This is where the attraction exits, but since the ride is down, probably not going to be anyone in here. Yeah, we've basically got the whole place to ourselves, which is a little creepy, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's take a look at the new merchandise because it did pop up here recently. Got this tank top, pedal to the metal. It is $27.99. Check out this hat. It's like kind of like AC/DC. How do you think they got away with that? $29.99 for the hat, by the way. And then there's this really cute kids sweatshirt. It glows in the dark. Do you guys love that things glow in the dark? I love that it's come back around. $34.99 for that. Of course, that's not all. We have more stuff here. This is like a shop shirt. Kind of looks like a Dickies, so it's much more lightweight. I think that this is so cool. Embroidery up here. We've got an awesome design down there. And then of course, Rock and Roller Coaster on the back. Problem I've got is that this shirt is $64.99. If it was any less, I'd be walking out of here with that today. That's a really steep price for that shirt. We've also got a coat here, which is really cute. It is very expensive, $89.99 for this coat. It looks more like a coat than it is. It's actually just a sweatshirt like the other sweatshirts we've been seeing. We have some more t-shirts over here as well that also glow in the dark. This one has a backstage pass on it, and it does have that splatter on the back. Do you guys remember when this was like all the rage? For me, it was like black with the splatter on it, you know? And then there's this t-shirt as well. The t-shirt with the backstage pass is $34.99, $26.99 for the kids t-shirt. You know, I never poke around back here. This is like one of those magic shot, well, that's kind of like a different thing here at Walt Disney World. This is one of those like get your face put on something else things like you might find at the mall. They have them over at Universal as well. But check out the posters that are back here. Got Mickey rocking out. Very cool. I wish they had those designs on a shirt. Oh, I almost forgot this one. It's like a cutoff t-shirt, $34.99. I'm not really crazy about cap sleeves though. It's just not for me. What do you guys think? Do you prefer like a regular t-shirt or like one of those feminine cut cap sleeve t-shirts? All right, so lots of new merch in there, lots to choose from. I do like the vibrant colors. To me, it feels like they're trying to wean us off Aerosmith, you know, like the dark reds and black and all of that, and kind of leaning more into the Electric Mayhem, because don't forget, this is going to be re-themed to the Muppets. The Muppets are going to be taking over this attraction. So that's cool. I like the vibrant colors and all of that. I feel like the price is a little bit much for some of this merchandise. That jacket is just out of control for the price, and that Dickies button-up, also a bit much in my opinion, though both are pretty cool. There's no way around it. I also think it's kind of interesting that they're going the route of releasing merchandise for some of these attractions that are on their way out. They did something similar for Dinosaur, like they just released a whole line of merchandise over there, even though it's on the chopping block, you know? Anyway, the one thing I didn't like that I saw in there, lots of generic merch, like not Disney branded or anything like that, like, you know, stuff that you'd find at the mall or at Target. Rock and roll, you know? Not a fan of that. Not a fan when they do that over at, well, they did it over at Tower of Terror not that long ago. Didn't like it then, don't like it now. They've also done that at Animal Kingdom as well. So don't like it. I think if you want to fill the shelves, put some merchandise in there that you come up with. Come on, these are the most creative people on the planet, right? Anyway, let's go see if we can find some of that Fantasmic merchandise. That's next on our list. Also, for what it's worth, it smells so good in Hollywood Studios today. The breakfast from Hollywood and Dine, that just mouth-watering. And there's something over here. I don't know what it is, but it smells heavenly. I didn't stop because I don't want to eat right now, but we may have to come back and try that, whatever it is, one of these days. So at least right now, I'm not seeing any Fantasmic merchandise in this shop. A lot of the stuff we've already seen is kind of popping up. Oh, hold on. I see another Halloween shirt. This is a kid's one. Truck or treat. That's so cute. Of course, we have the other one that we saw in the other store we were in. I don't know if it's on display here, but got that mummy shirt. Lots of cute stuff. Anyway, not seeing anything for Fantasmic, so let's keep moving. We are seeing a lot more villain stuff pop up, probably because there's a new Villains Land coming to Magic Kingdom in the future at some point. Also, right here, right there, Fantasmic stuff. How lucky that I pulled off in just the right spot. Okay, so it's not a huge collection. This is not part of the Fantasmic collection, but we do have a sweatshirt and a t-shirt. I also have a kids t-shirt and a Magic Band Plus. First and foremost, let me just say, this sweatshirt, I don't know if I'll be able to show you or if you'll be able to really see, but this is really not great quality. It's screen printed, and it looks like it's not gonna last one wash. It even feels, I know you won't be able to hear it, but like it feels cheap. It's the best word I can think of. $69.99 for this. It does say Hollywood Studios on the sleeve. Let's see what the front looks like. There it is. Fantasmic. And this does glow in the dark. And then we have this t-shirt. This definitely looks better then that hoodie, maybe it's just the material that it's printed on. This is also glow in the dark and it's $34.99. And then of course the kids one is very similar and it's $26.99. And then we have this Magic Band Plus, which has the Phantasmic puck and then different characters from the show on the band. This one is Slate, which there is no key around to tell us how much that is, which is part of the problem that we were talking about earlier. Now, I wasn't able to find any other Magic Bands or a key in the shop at the time, so I don't know exactly how much that Magic Band Plus is, but I did want to mention, I've been noticing that there's a lot less Magic Band use in the parks recently. And you know, we check in every now and again talking about Magic Bands, if they're worth it. I like Magic Bands for a long list of reasons, especially if you're going to be here staying at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel. They're like one thing that you can use as a room key, and you can charge to your Magic Band as well, which makes things really convenient. You can use it as your park ticket and for your lightning lanes and whatnot, and that's great. Like, that's awesome. But they are kind of pricey, and I think that we're seeing less and less people think that they're as useful as they are. And honestly, I can't disagree, especially with Magic Band Plus. I think when they first dropped Magic Band Plus, we thought it was going to be something that it never turned out to be. A lot more interactions, a lot more fun going on with Magic Band Plus. And I don't know, Disney just seemed to drop the ball, not continue on with features and fun stuff. So I don't know, you know, take that for what it's worth. I know there are a lot of people who love Magic Band and Magic Band Plus. A lot of people who, you know, prefer to not use that and use something else instead. Whatever works best for you. At the end of the day, though, I do think that it's just not worth the money in the way that I think any of us thought that it would be initially. Especially with Magic Band Plus just not being great quality. I've talked about this in detail in the past, but like the bands tend to peel and they don't hold up, you know, which they ought to for the price. Anyway, let's move to somewhere that's a little bit cooler and a little less stinky. It kind of stinks over here. All right, so we saw everything that we came here to see today. The Phantasmic merchandise, which left quite a bit to be desired, and the new stuff over at Rock and Roller Coaster, which was cute, but a little pricey. I will say the most disappointing part of today's shopping excursion was the Phantasmic merchandise. Since they brought the show back, I have been wanting to have something from the show. I mean, the last time I got something from Phantasmic, it was a towel, and that was decades ago. That scared the heck out of me. It's kind of loud over here. Sorry about that, but I'm doing what I can. Anyway, I really wanted to buy something from the show when it came back. And the first thing that they released was honestly not great, and they didn't release much of it. And now this just, I'm not impressed. So I don't know. Just my thoughts on that. But of course, I'd love to hear what you have to say. My favorite thing we saw today, though, were those toys. The register in particular. I don't know, that just hit me right in the feels, and I honestly would bring it home with me and play with it. I don't know, it just reminds me of childhood. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys thought of the merchandise we saw today. Would you pick any of it up? Are you happy with the merchandise that Disney's been dropping recently? Do you feel like it's met your expectations? Is it a little pricey? What do you think? I want to hear all about it in a comment down below. But for now, I'm off. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.